Hello again, welcome back to the channel. After many months of absence, I am here again. So, with that being said, none of this financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Everything said here is 100% our opinion. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, as you can see right here on your page, we are going to be talking about the Federal Reserve and specifically the FEDNOW system that they will be punting to every single individual in the United States of America, kind of forcefully. Now, again, that is our opinion. That we have no actual evidence in that regard. We don't know how they're going to do it. We can only speculate on how they're going to do it. And now what you have to remember is we've been saying this for many, many months in the channel. Unfortunately, now we have finally seen the realization of it going to happen. And why is this not being talked about? Well, guess what? Luckily for you, you tuned in. So let's go into it right now. As we see here, coming to you from Cointelegraph, the Federal Reserve confirms July launch for the FEDNOW. It is currently April 3rd at time of recording and upload. Unfortunately, this was written in March of 16, and we are just now showing it to you. But the thing is this went under the radar on so many levels. Let's be honest, not many people are involved in cryptocurrencies. And when you're involved in cryptocurrencies, there's a good possibility that you have some sort of idea as far as how money is pretty much run and how it works and how it's created and all that stuff, right? And others, well, they're just not exactly, they don't know because they're too busy in meme coins. But as we scroll in the article, we can see here that the Federal Reserve has confirmed a July launch date for its long-awaited instant payment system, seen by some as an alternative to central bank digital currency and stablecoins. That is very interesting. That is a very key word right there, alternative. Don't really think it's an alternative. I rather like to say that it is the switch, if you will, right? And as indicated here, it's a significant step for the government. Why is it not a significant step for the people? As it is controlled by the Federal Reserve. Clearinghouse's RTP network, which also offers real-time payments, is operated by a consortium of large banks. According to a March 15 announcement, the U.S. Fed said the debut of FedNow is set for July, with the U.S. Treasury and a diverse mix of financial institutions of all sizes ready to use the network for launch. So it was announced in 2019 that they will provide a round-the-clock real-time gross settlement by funneling commercial bank money from a sender through a Fed credit account to its recipient. Now, if you're not familiar with CBDCs and the connection with CBDCs as well as the Federal Reserve, it's a form of monetary tracking and a form of money coming from the Federal Reserve. Now, with the system that we have currently, it's not exactly that way. There's a lot of third-party individuals, to include many multiple banks, who all compete with one another. And yes, you have the major big five, but you also have the small ones, you know, the bank of whatever town you're from, right? Now, the goal is to essentially consolidate everyone into using a handful of banks, to which they will be part of this Federal Reserve system. Once they do that, I believe, in our opinion, is that it is going to come down to the citizens. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen sooner than what most of you believe it's going to happen. And we see here also coming to you from news.bitcoin.com that it is also going to happen. This was also produced on March 22nd. U.S. Central Bank's FedNow payment service to launch in July. Economist calls timing suspicious, and it is very suspicious. And we're going to get into why it's very suspicious. If you're interested in stocks, well, guess what? You're in the right channel. Again, not financial advice, but we're going to show you how everything is lining up quite interesting and ironic. Let's go ahead and just go to the horse's mouth, shall we? Coming to you from the FedNow's, website, the Federal Reserve, the FRBservices.com. We see here that this is the website. This is where you go if you have a large institution or you want to partake in the FedNow. As individuals, you have no option of registering right now. That, ladies and gentlemen, will come later. And so we see here that it is confirmed launching July 2023, which is roughly in April, May, June, July. That's 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. That is roughly the end of Q3, right? No, Q2. The end of Q2, it will be launching. So Q3 and 4 will be a FedNow service. Now, How do we go about preparing for this? Well, you just let it go. It's going to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, you can circumvent it by doing something very drastic, right? Getting out of the system. There is one way to get out of the system, and that is what we talk about on this channel, which is Bitcoin. It is also silver. It is also gold. You want to get out of the system. Owning those things will actually help you in the long term to circumvent this in some form or fashion. Eventually, they may come for the off and on ramps, going from the currency of your country to Bitcoin, and that might be a problem. But for now is the time to go ahead and start accumulating, right? Investment, not trade, right? And so we're looking here, and what is it that they're talking about? I mean, look at this. They have instant payment education. You can educate yourself on it. They have blogs on it. They have, what is it exactly? And that is pretty much them punting it to individuals that are at the top of the financial system on a global scale, right? But let's go ahead and see right here, going to a link that was provided for us on the front webpage. It's going to be this one right here, Explore, FEDNOW Explore, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we see here that, again, it reconfirms July 2023. And it tells you, ready to adopt the FEDNOW service, want to explore instant payments, looking for the latest news. And we have all the resources here. Engage with us, connect with your relationship manager, fraud and instant payments. Visit the service provider showcase. And what you have to look and pay attention to right here is this site is a product of the Federal Reserve Banks. Multiple, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve Financial Services. Very precarious. And so July 2023. Okay, so it's going to happen in July. Why July 2023? Oh, well, we trade charts and not farts on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and go to the SPY, which is an indicator that pretty much shows the global aspect of the economy, because it is the essential top 500 companies, right? All rolled up in a nice, cute little ETF for all of us to invest in, and hopefully it goes up. Or historically it has, up until we have some issues going on, right? And sorry, had a little freeze there. And so what you have to look at, I'm just moving myself right here. There we go. And we have to look at right over there is we have something very interesting. And it is not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. We see here that we are in a channel. Now this channel, if you scroll out, we are currently on the weekly, right? These are weekly. So every bar that you see here, every little candle is a week. It's not a day. We see that we're in a channel. And now if you look, let me get my little brush. Is this working? Yes. If we get my little brush here, we are in a bull trend in a bear market. If we hit our head right here, we will come back down. But we have to look at is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bull flag. Look at this. And so eventually, if we break, that is where we're going. And now you're looking at a line roughly around the 320. Again, not financial advice. This is something that will align with, guess what? In the summer, maybe even the fall. How ironic. Happy days, happy trading, and good luck to all of you.